Hi there. I was planning to record a normal video this week, but I ended up in A&E instead, and I look a little bit like this at the moment, so this one's audio only. But I've added a few images that inspire me, so I hope you enjoy them and I hope you get something from listening. Not quite a week ago, I picked up a sickness bug that left me unable to eat, and I couldn't drink properly for 3 days, which eventually landed me in A&E for fluids and anti-sickness medication. It was rough. I'm not 100% better yet, but I'm definitely on the mend. While I was sitting there, something struck me very clearly about the difference between drinking me and sober me, especially when it comes to how I take care of myself. For context, I drank for decades, particularly from my mid-40s onwards. I was still functioning. I was working, keeping life together, doing what needed to be done. From the outside, everything looked completely fine. But I was drinking every night, and I had regular spells of thinking I would stop or try to stop without ever quite managing it. I finally stopped at 54, and at the time of recording this, I've been sober for almost 9 years. Sitting in A&E, you do what everyone does. You think about the questions the doctors are going to ask, when you last ate, what you last drank, when you drank. You think about your body and your health. And it reminded me very clearly of how I used to be when I was drinking. I avoided appointments. And when I did go to the doctor and they asked me the standard questions, do you smoke? No. Do you drink? Yeah, but not much. I would lie. And I would rehearse it. And I would say it as if it was completely true. Looking back, I can only imagine how frustrating that must have been for doctors. But at the time, protecting my relationship with alcohol mattered more to me than being honest about my health. There were also times, particularly with stomach issues, when I simply wouldn't go at all. I told myself there would be no point. How could you tell what was genuine ill health and what was being made worse by alcohol? So I avoided it. I lived with the symptoms and suffered. That pattern meant that I stayed unwell for much longer than I needed to be. I was overweight, I didn't take care of myself properly, and in the end, it also kept me drinking for longer than it should have done, because everything revolved around protecting alcohol instead of protecting me. This time, sitting in A&E just a few days ago, something felt completely different. When I was asked the same questions, do you smoke? No. Do you drink? No. There were no nerves, no rehearsed answers, no half-truths. I could be completely honest. I knew I'd get the right treatment, and I knew nothing was being hidden, and that made me feel really safe. I remember thinking, you're doing the right things here, you're taking care of yourself, and that feeling was incredibly comforting. And it's another sober gain to add to the already long list, as far as I'm concerned. Health matters more as we get older. Our bodies change, hormones change, life changes. And while stopping drinking doesn't mean you'll never get ill or never worry about your health, it does mean you can meet those moments honestly without fear or concealment. That freedom to be able to tell the truth, to seek help, to trust yourself is something I am profoundly grateful for. If you're a midlife woman navigating changing health, menopause, and all the pressures that come with this stage of life, and you're wondering how alcohol fits into that picture, I really encourage you to consider what it might feel like to let it go. I know many of you hesitate to be honest with your doctor, just like I used to, but I do wonder if I might have stopped earlier if I had been honest. If anything I've shared today resonates, it's the kind of stuff I explore in the 10-day reset. The link's below if you'd like to take it further. Thank you for listening.